Bring my cell phone for a moment. Hey, it's Guillermo Mata here. Thank you so much for coming out to this webinar today. It is about 1:49 p.m. Eastern time, well, 1:50 now, and it is Sunday. This is 1000% live. Do me the favor, I got GoToWebinar acting a little funny on my side. If you could see my entire laptop screen on your side and you can see my browser and everything, go ahead and put some ones in the chat box. I would truly appreciate that. That's just what happens when you deal with GoToWebinar. And again, we're learning and we're improving on this side of the ballpark. But with that being said, we have a lot of people here on this webinar today. It is my, I'm honored and just humbled by the fact that you're allowing me to share this technology with you. Today, I'm making it my mission not only to educate you, but to show you exactly how cinema advertising works, how it used to work, and how it has improved now when it comes to programmatic. So we're gonna dive into a lot of different things today. As always, one of the biggest things for us is no distractions. You know what I mean? I don't like distractions. So usually when I work, I like to work in a silent place where I could concentrate and really learn, from what I'm learning, So with that being said, if you could hear me loud and clear, go ahead and put some ones in the chat box. I would really appreciate that. And we got about 10 minutes or so it'll be cool. I see that we got a lot of people. So Jeremy, Cindy, Alexander, welcome. Go ahead and let me know in the chat box where you're located as well. I would truly appreciate that. I know that when we released the Cinema app platform, we had people from everywhere, man. We had people from the United Kingdom, Australia, Vegas, California. So go ahead and let me know in the chat where you're located. And also go ahead and let me know if you could hear me nice and clear. Again, unfortunately, sometimes GoToWebinar, it tends to act up sometimes. So I want to make sure that, you all could hear me nice and clear on your end. We're just about to get the ball rolling soon. So you should see me nice and clear at your end. I am coming to you live from the Red Tour Media digital space. And yeah, lots and lots to share today. Again, this webinar is not about me, it's about you. And, with this technology, getting us a step forward again. So go ahead, can you hear me? Can you see me nice and clear on your side? Go ahead and put some yeses in the chat box. I would truly appreciate that. So I see that some of you can see me on your end, some audio issues. Let's see here. I'm just gonna Alrighty, so if you could see me and hear me as you're signing in, let me know in the chat. I would really, really appreciate that. Now, go ahead and let me know how many of you are currently signed up to the Cinema Ads platform. Go ahead and let me know in the chat. I would really appreciate that as well. Awesome, so I see that some of you are in the platform right now. Some of you are just discovering it for the first time. So I want to shout out a couple of names here. So William, Steve, Maria, Jeannie, Gary, Thomas. Okay, everybody, welcome, welcome. And we got a lot of people signing in on this webinar today. Some really cool things have been happening on this side of the ballpark. Since we released the platform, we already got several members already advertising inside of the platform. And it's just a blessing, honestly. We pour so much energy into this platform. And, we're just truly excited. Cinema and programmatic technology, it continues to advance. And again, this is something that's not talked a lot about on the market, today. And we're just opening the doors up for everybody so that you have access to this type of technology, and it creates avenues. This is not anything where we're just putting these platforms together. We put these platforms together. We could keep it to ourselves all day, and position them and offer them as a service and do all of that. But, essentially what we thought is, hey, how can we put the ball on your court at the end of the day? And that's what we're doing with these platforms, is essentially putting the ball on your court. So when that client comes around and they're like, hey, can you do cinema ads? Can you do this and that? You have the tools prepared to move you forward. These are some of the things that I wish I had back in the day. And I wish I had someone do this for me that just said, hey, you know what, I'm going to hand you the same tools that I have so you could do it. I'm going to give you training and all of that. I wish I had all of this back in the day, but it wasn't like that for me back in the day. When I first got into the digital marketing space, I started in New York City, in Brooklyn, New York. And let me tell you right now, it was not an easy walk in the park. I learned a lot of hard lessons, and I had to really get laser focused. If I wanted to do this, I had to really pour a lot of energy into it, and ultimately it worked out. You know what I mean? And surprisingly, what I've come to learn is that in the consulting space, it's really all about strategy. I was just going after everything and everyone back in the day, and not really having my offer and the strategy in place. So I made a lot of those mistakes, and thankfully I've learned from those mistakes. And hopefully you don't have to repeat any of those mistakes on your side. You know what I mean? So that's the whole point of these webinars. So again, as you're signing in, if you could hear me and see me nice and clear on your side, go ahead and put some ones in the chat box. I would truly appreciate that. If you can't see me, then that would be terrible, because it would be more like I'm just talking to myself, and there is no audio or anything like that. So let's see here. Give me one little second. Alrighty, so we got about 2 minutes. So again, as you're signing in, go ahead and let me know where you're located in the chat. I would really appreciate that. Awesome. So we have some folks here from Canada. What's up, Canada? We have folks here from Spain. What's up, Spain? Does this work overseas? Yes, it does work overseas as well. On the last call, we had folks here from Barbados. We had folks here from all over the place, man. So that was pretty cool to see. Let's see here, San Francisco, California. What's up, California? We have Texas here. What's up, Texas? Okay, so. All right, so again, if you could hear me and you could see me on your side, go ahead and let me know in the chat. I see that there are more of you signing on right now to the webinar. That's awesome. So again, as you're signing in, let me know where you're located in the chat. Great. Awesome, awesome. We have folks here from Australia. What's up, Australia? What time is it in Australia right now? That's crazy. Okay, alrighty. Let's see here. I'm just gonna make some quick little changes to my audio really quick. Give me one moment. Just want to make sure that my audio is nice and clear. All right, so go ahead again and let me know in the chat. We got about 1 minute left. Again, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join me here on this webinar. As you already know, we're going to be covering the Cinema Ads platform, and it's also part of my responsibility to educate you, to make sure that you leave out of this webinar feeling like, man, I got a lot of value off this presentation. I've learned something new strategies, and lots more. So we're gonna just uncover a lot in relations to the cinema ads scene, and lots more. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I know it's about 1:59, but I don't want to sit here blabbering too much. So what I'll do is, at the end of the presentation, I'm gonna do a live Q&A, okay? And again, this is 1000% live. It's around 1:59 right now. So we're gonna get the ball rolling in just about 1 minute or so. And again, if you could hear me and you could see me nice and clear, let me know in the comments below. I would truly appreciate that. Awesome. Okay, it's about 2 p.m. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna expand my screen and hopefully you'll be able to see it on your side. Let me get myself out of here. I don't know how that happened. So, all right, I'm gonna bring myself back in just a couple of minutes and we'll get this ball rolling right now. And let's see, give me one little moment. Can you see my screen on your side? Let me know if you could see my screen on your side. Just go ahead and put some ones in the chat box. Alrighty, so I see a couple of ones. I see some twos, some ones. Great, great. So if you could see my screen on your side, go ahead and put some ones in the chat box. I would really appreciate that. Great. And this is live. Again, it's about 2:01 right now. As I mentioned, I'm going to bring myself back at the end of this presentation and let's get the ball rolling. Okay. So give me one little moment. Getting a bit of some issues here on this side. So again, if you could hear me and see me on your side, go ahead and put some ones in the chat box. There's a lot more people signing on. Alrighty, so let's get the ball rolling. All right, bear with me one moment. You should see a full screen on your side. And we'll get started with the presentation in just a couple of minutes. Again, if you're signing in, welcome to the presentation. Today we're going to unwrap cinema and the programmatic technology revolving around this awesome technology. I'm personally excited for it. I hope you are as well. This is going to be honestly a content-filled webinar. You're going to learn a lot. We're going to uncover a lot together. So as mentioned, today you're going to discover a cinema advertising platform capable of displaying your ads on 40-foot theater screens and lobbies, guys. I mean, technology has morphed. And like I mentioned before, as a lead here at Red Torn Media, I made my promise years ago that if I ever had an opportunity that I would share any tools that I had with others. And that's what we're doing right now. I'm sharing everything that I have and the tools available on the market, just literally keeping you ahead of the game. So could I get some fives in the chat for that? So if you're cool with that, go ahead, put some fives in the chat for that. So a little bit about me, and this is like all the bragging I'm gonna do today. I'm the CEO at Red Torn Media LLC. I'm the owner of the Cinema Ads platform, which is currently being trademarked right as I'm speaking. I don't take credit for all the work that I do. So I have to shout out my developer Hassan and his entire team, because without them, there would be no Cinema Ads platform. A little bit about us. I operate a digital agency and community with over 20,000 consultants. We focus on expanding our business through the process of development and technology. My 10 years of marketing experience has enabled us as a company to help more consultants, business owners, startups hassle less and generate more sales worldwide. Okay, so do me the favor, as I've emphasized multiple times, I believe that this is important. Again, I'm just sharing some of the mistakes I made. I remember attending some of the webinars back in the day with some associates of mine, and I would just be super distracted. So make sure if the kiddos are running around, that you go into a place where you could focus and concentrate, close down any distractions, any social media, Facebook, news outlets, TV, turn it all off. I believe that it's important. If we're gonna birth this thing and we're gonna be able to, offer this as a service and add this onto our agencies, we want to be and feel as and get the education that we need and process it. And so that's what I'm here to do. Essentially, I'm here to educate you and to make sure that you have all the tools you need moving forward. As a lead here at Red Torn Media, we're all about family here, and keeping our guys nice and tight and informed and up to date. So again, we're gonna cover a lot here today. I'm just gonna minimize my screen really quick because GoToWebinar tends to get a little funky sometimes. So if you could hear me right now, do me a favor. I see that there are hundreds of people here. It is live, folks. I'm just gonna bring myself back really quick. This is 1000% live. I promise you guys, it's 2:05 right now. So if you could hear me and you could see me, I'm gonna bring myself back at the end of the webinar, I promise. So stick around, all right? So if you could hear me and you could see me, put some ones in the chat box. I would really, really appreciate that. So I could see some comments coming in. Great, great, great. So let's get me out of the way and let me expand my screen and get the ball rolling. So like I mentioned, close down any distractions and let's concentrate here, you know. Poured a lot of energy into this presentation. I'm going to dive into all of the facts. I take a different approach with my presentations. I like to give facts. So here's what we're going to be uncovering on today's webinar. We take a deep dive into the current state of cinema along with vital verticals. We feel like the more informed you are, the more you can move forward strategically. We've got screenshots sharing all the facts and more. We take a look at different types of, of traffic that you can generate and lots more, including CPMs. We also dive into the different ways that you can target your cinema ads through zip codes, DMAs, city, states, and more, and the impacts that COVID has had on cinemas and lots more. I even share strategies revolving around theaters, hallways, and we also dive into real life cases. We take a look at the competition, publishers, and as I mentioned toward the end, we're going to do a live Q&A. So you want to stick around for this. We got a lot of good stuff that we're going to be sharing. So let's dive right into this. So moving forward, according to CNBC, ads before movies are shown on cinemas have generated over $4.6 billion in advertisements alone. So I want you to process that number, $4.6 billion. So you have facts here. I'm sharing facts with you. This isn't anything that I made up. Those numbers have increased by 6.8%. These numbers are nothing in comparison to what the box numbers are showing. And these are facts. You know, you're going to discover a lot of our partners that are built into our platform. And so I'm giving you some dialogue here. And so you understand where I'm coming from. We've been in touch with a lot of these big publishers and these big players in the cinema ad scene and programmatic scene. And so this is data that they've given to us, and I'm just sharing it with you so you're again informed, so you understand clearly. So according to the Motion Picture Association of America, the chairman, Rifkin, at the global box office sales, is stating that it reached near 96.8 billion. So a lot of what the reason why I'm even sharing this with you is because, again, I want you to understand the money that's being dumped into this market. These are people that are going to buy and go see films. And it creates a huge opportunity for people like me and you to get our clients on the front screen. And even for us personally, for lead generation, calls, SMS, and lots more. Look at these numbers right here. You know, so it's crazy. So as I've mentioned, let's actually dive into this a little further. Look at the male and female demographics. So I'm being clear here. These are the folks. This is the data in relations to the male and females that attend these movie theaters, okay? So it's a very diverse climate, an array of different people. But one thing that really attracted me to this is the fact that these guys have a budget, and we have proven data showing that, okay? So like these guys have a budget. And even from a psychological perspective, I'm gonna uncover that all here. Like when these guys go to these films, they're like at their calmest, the most calmest state ever. So, and then again, you know, as you display your ad to them while they're just relaxing, you know, it's just like a perfect little mesh there. You understand? So very, very cool. So moving forward, take a look at these age groups, you know. So we're not just talking about these teenagers that are going to the movies, right? We got all types of age groups. Look at this, 18 to 24-year-olds, 21%, 23%, 40 to 49-year-olds, 13%, 50 to 59, 60 plus, 23%. I mean, the numbers look solid. So understanding who the movie goer is crucial, which is why we share these key facts with you on this webinar. So let's dive a little further. Want to know how many people attend theaters when a movie is released? Take a moment and let me know in the chat. So let me know on average how many people you think when a film goes out and it's published, let me know in the chat how many, you know, on average, how many people overall go out to attend to see this, see a film. Go ahead. All right, so we got a couple of million, 100 million, right? We got a bunch of different numbers here. So bear with me one little moment. You're gonna be surprised by this. It actually shocked me, and I'm just like, wait a minute, this is actually good news. This is great. I didn't really know that there were that many people coming out to these films, but check this out. Top Gun, huge film, right? It was a favorite for a lot of our members. They were like, yes, Top Gun, I love that movie. 6.5 million moviegoers went out to go see Top Gun 2. All right. So I want you to process that. This is traffic. And again, I'm not trying to persuade you here, and I hope it doesn't come off like that. This is like legitimate. These are people. So these are people that are going into these movie theaters, getting a little popcorn, little beverages, then they're going to sit down, they're calm. And the minute that you know ad shows, this is foot traffic. Okay? So you can turn that into foot traffic for your, you know, your own prospects, restaurant owners, real estate agents, lead gen. As I've mentioned before, there's a lot of things you can do, and I'm going to share this some more strategies on this a little later. So these numbers are truly, again, impressive. Wouldn't it be awesome if you could display your ads in the midst of a film that has so much excitement built around it? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Absolutely, right? So you don't have to worry about getting anyone to the theaters. And that's the beautiful thing about this whole thing, right? Essentially, all the work has been done for you. You just have to make sure your offer speaks to the live cinema attendees, aka the moviegoer. So again, it's my mission, you know, to fully ensure that you know how to do that. So displaying is the easy part thanks to the programmatic algorithms. However, it is important that you focus on cinema, theater focused strategy. Basically, what I'm saying in short is that we all get excited. We're like, yeah, let's run some ads, let's go. But it's not that easy, okay? I'm gonna be transparent with you and tell you the same thing I told the last group of guys when we did this call. You gotta have a strategy in place, all right? Because if you don't, it's not gonna work. So before we dive into the strategy, let's dive a little further into the programmatic cinema ads and some of the basics. So there's different types of ads that appear in cinemas and lobbies or hallways, right? So we give you the ability to display video. You could do like static images and lots more. Okay. Like you could do images with audio. You could do video with audio. You could just do a static image. So yes, that means that you may actually display your advertisement as a video with audio, and I want you to process that, okay? Because that's huge. We're talking 40-foot screens and these little monitor, these, I think they're like I gotta get the exact sizes for it, but there's so many different digital screens. They have monitors, they have hallway monitors, and lots more. And so Again, as I talk about this, I want to share that, a lot of theaters in this space are embracing this technology. So you have a lot of different ways to display your ads. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples, a little short in a couple of minutes. So cinema programmatic technology will enable you to choose how specific you want to be. Okay. And for us as local marketers, this is an agency, guys. And if you're not new, maybe you need to know this. So I'll go ahead and just say it. It's super important that that we get hyper local traffic. You understand? So we need to make sure that that traffic is coming from one designated place. We need to be able to dial into it. Okay. So the cool thing about this is that you can advertise based on city, state, DMA, which is short for designated market area, like New York or Texas, zip codes. You could even go by zip codes. So it's pretty cool. So we're going to dive into all of those specifics a little later, but let's move on here. So for us as consultant agencies, this is vital, as most of our clients are local, national, and maybe even overseas. So laser targeted, we always want to be laser targeted. Depending on the location, your ad is likely to be published and associated with the most relevant films. Okay. So something cool that you could do on our end is that you can go target people in New York City, for example. You could go target people in Brooklyn, right? So you could go ahead and put in 11225, and then you could put a specific age group. So if you want to go 25 to 50, then according to how you have things set up on your side, once you hit submit on our end, it gets published, and then everything on the back end, it just happens in relations to how you have it submitted. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. So in short, what I'm trying to say is if you choose an age group between 25 to 50, our system programmatically finds the best film and at the best times to publish your ad so you can get the lowest CPMs possible. Let's move forward here. So cinema advertisements offer unique opportunity for us as consultant agencies to help our clients reach groups of people at an optimum time when they're fully engaged. Cinema advertisements, as I've mentioned, and I'll keep emphasizing this, are laser targeted. So cinema advertisements are part of the viewing experience. Consumers are beginning to pay more attention to the ads, now being able to interact with them in many different ways. So ads are an integral part of the cinematic experience that the showing times actually dictate when the ads start playing. Like, so basically, in short, people already know that when that ad starts rolling, when they hear some noises in the movie theater, they're already like they're in full alert. They know that the movie is about to come on, so they got their attention. So that could be that restaurant client that you're working with, that chiropractor, that dentist, that mechanic, that dealership, right? So now you follow me, right? So here's what the moviegoer's routine looks like. So viewers arrive at the cinema on time for their showing. They grab some popcorn and a drink and enter their theater. All right. So basically watch ads, and that's basically it. This makes cinema advertising a gold mine. Do you agree with me? Let me know in the chat. Put some yeses in the chat if you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, you probably shouldn't be on this webinar right now. You should not be here. Okay, so a lot of you agree, right? Go ahead and put some yeses in the chat box. Ed Blackball agrees. Sarah agrees, right? So let me expand this up really quick. And keep the ball going. This is all and what makes cinema advertising really, really special. Really, really special. So these are some notes that hopefully you're taking throughout. So let's be mindful here. This is an advertisement and it still requires an audience, right? Due diligence and some campaign specifics are still required. That said, it is important that they are viewing and buying tickets. Recent events. The recent events with COVID, you know, a lot of places took a hard blow. You guys remember that, right? It was a hot mess. That's how I refer to it, a hot mess. But it was like it never happened when it came to like theaters, like one of our exhibitors, AMC. Uh, they came right back and they started crushing it. However, despite this, viewers appear to be eager to return to the theaters. One survey found that 59% plus of the US, UK, AUS, and CA cited cinema as an out-of-home activity they missed the most during quarantine. So basically, in short, folks were like ready to get back to normal, right? But then there was a lot of people that were like, hey, I want to go back to a regular movie film. What, am I not ever going to be around people anymore? What is this? So, you know, thankfully things have changed and they're getting better, but little by little. So it gets even more interesting. Black Widow, not sure if you guys know what movie that is. You know, when this film was released, you know, when the doors opened after COVID, this thing generated over $200 million, okay? Which is crazy. So this goes to show you that there's money there. So cinema and viewers association. Let's dive into this. So it is important to note that viewers often associate the cinema with happy memories, meaning that when they watch the ads before their film starts, they are usually in a positive, attentive mood and much more likely to be impacted by the ads you display to them, okay? And it gets even better on a communicative side of things, whereas AMC is allowing folks to text people and stuff. So you can, you know, they're more lenient now. So activity is everything. Cinema ads will allow you to track performance and impact by enabling you to keep track of impressions activity on the advertiser side, which is awesome. In short, you can track it all of the CPM, all of the action in real time. Back in the day, you couldn't do that, at least when I started, right? The programmatic ads model used in theaters today is on a CPM basis. So basically, for every 1,000 impressions, you know, you pay a premium. Okay, very simple. So, you know, there's companies out there, and I'm going to show you a couple of them. You know, they choose to do that. If you want to do that too, you can absolutely do that. But, you know, they're trying to charge for a bunch of different things. But, you know, that's not how it works, man. This model works on a CPM basis. So thankfully for us here today on this webinar, we've managed to get CPMs as low as like $2 to $28. Okay. But like, you got to understand, this is to get your ad on the big screen, okay? And I understand that this is new for a lot of us here, so at the end of this webinar, I'm adding something really cool that's gonna help us through this process, okay? So you're not lost. You know, I hate when people feel lost, like they're like, you know, I don't know. But, you know, moving forward. So real cinema technology will allow you to publish video, audio, images, displays along with the exact sizes and even where the theater is located, which is some of the cool things we allow you to do. Here's a quick back end look. So these are actual real screenshots from our administrative area. So we actually give you the creative specs, the venue types, as you can see here. We also let you know if they support video or not. So when you first start off doing this, I recommend going broad. Go broad, man. So like if you're looking to generate, say, calls and from a specific zip code, right? Or state, right? So you want to go broad, right? So when I say broad, I mean that you want to you might want to do a video with some audio. You might want to target a variety of different zip codes or maybe the entire state, right? So you can get an understanding of the traction that you're going to be generating, right? So you can measure things out. I'm a big believer that you have to always test, right? You want to test things out, measure them, and then after you've measured them, then you could be strategic moving forward. So getting back on this, audio supported, so we actually let you know if the theater's in that state, if some of them are supporting audio, if static is supported, and the amount of impressions available, which is huge. We programmatically retrieve data from our partners so you fully know where your ads will show inside of these theaters. So here's an example here. So are you guys enjoying this webinar so far? So can you put some ones in the chat box? I just want to make sure, because I'm dropping a lot of value here, and I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So I see that a lot of you are getting value here. Cool, cool, cool. Great. So this is what it looks like. Like our platform is able to retrieve data and actually give you a bird's eye view, like a real visual view on where your ads are going to show. Now, if you ask me, that's transparency, period. So here's another look. So this is what it'll look like even on your end through our platform. We actually show you exactly which theater is going to allow that 40-foot display. So you're going to see like which ones allow the hallway ads and then which allow the full screen 40-foot displays. So, again, I'm not the inventor of programmatic technology, so I love to give credit to people that really contributed to this, because if it weren't for these guys, there would not be a cinema ads platform. These guys have been in the space since before my time, okay? And they do a lot. They work more with networks, programmatic, and a bunch of big players in the scene. So Cent today is heavily invested in programmatic technology inside theaters. So here's something that truly opened our eyes to the possibilities, not just for us as consultants and agency owners, but what this can do for our clients in the long run. So Cent Media Group found that on average, 18 million attend the movies per week. Isn't that crazy? Like, I need you to process that. $18 million. I'm sorry, whoo, not $18 million. 18 million people attend the movies per week, which is crazy. So let's take a quick snippet at the data. So this is data that they've shared with us. So as it says here, in 2022, on average, cinema is expected to bring over 18 million per week. That's more than the average of a Sunday night football, more than every World Series game and NBA final last year, and better than every single night of the last two Olympics, which is crazy, guys. 80 million millennials in the US, 1.2 trillion buying power in 2023, 1.4 trillion buying power in 24, 18 million moviegoers per week, 60% cinema audiences between ages 18 to 34, and the viewability is at 100%. So basically what that means is, when it comes to viewability, it means that you're not like, when you go on like Facebook, right? And then you got like all these ads flowing around and you're like, it's a lot. So when you're in the movie theaters, you're not gonna really see that. You're not gonna see a bunch of ads flying around. It'll be your ad playing and that's it, depending on what the theater is allowing. They might just allow hallway ads. So your video might play in a hallway ad. One other theater up the road may say, hey, we have space for it. This is all handled programmatically. And I'll break this down a little later. I believe that as agency owners, consultants, we must make it a priority to ensure that our clients are getting maximum reach as soon as possible. It is important that we get the attention of the prospective moviegoers with as little distraction as possible. That's essentially what cinema ads is all about, okay? So here's an example I wanted to share with you. So very basic ad based out of Philadelphia, Camden area. They got a QR code right down here, big phone number. This is what you want, nice and simple. Got the logo at the top, some basic images. Cool, it works, all right? But look at this number, it's an 800. I personally have a problem with 800 numbers, and I would prefer that they be local. It's just easier for the local environment inside of these theaters. So with a solid plan in place, there's many different ways that you can scale out this large ad space. So here are 3 powerful cinematic strategies for your next campaign. So take down these little notes. Make it an easy process for the moviegoer. I'll tell you this moment, anything too cluttered, there's just too much happening, isn't going to drive the traction that you want. These 3 strategies still require that you have a consistent follow up for these strategies. So you want to be as consistent as possible with your follow up. So SMS, if you're considering collecting mobile leads, consider having them text a keyword to a specific number in exchange for a discount coupon or a gift card. Take the location into consideration, as moviegoers will likely feel more comfortable texting the local number. So QR scans, right? So QRs are awesome as well. You could do a lot with these, right? You could redirect traffic, you could capture leads, pixel. You know, you could do like a 90-day pixel on there, retarget them, right? So there's a lot of different things. Send them over to your socials. And I have to mention that, you know, when it comes to QRs, they're super, super effective because why, right? Folks have phones on them all the time. So example, something that you can do is if you have a client in, let's say, the restaurant space or a realtor, doesn't matter, the vertical, consider setting up a QR, right? But if they're in the restaurant space, maybe they could download the menu right from the movie theater. So that's something that you can do. You can really do that, right? They scan the QR, bam, they get the menu. So when that movie is over, they can say, hey, you want to go to that spot that we seen at the, you know, on the screen? Maybe, yes? Okay, great, let's go. So short URLs, right? I wouldn't put any lengthy URLs, consider very short URLs. This domain right here, I believe when I looked it up on GoDaddy, it's available, so you might want to scoop that up. So send me that .discount. It's very easy to remember. So that URL is send me that .discount. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that, right? You might want to send out a discount or a promo code if they scan, right? You can easily redirect that traffic to actual websites and landing pages, as I've mentioned. Ideally, you want to capture their information prior to revealing any coupon. Alternatively, consider adding a retargeting pixel, as I've mentioned. So when they land on that page, you can pixel them and continue to retarget them. Which leads me to say that, you know, as I talk about this, this is something that you can add on. You can add on to whatever it is that you're doing. So if you're running, say, billboard ads, you're doing TV ads, right? You can incorporate this as well. So even with your online advertising. So moving forward, you may even want to redirect that traffic to a click to call link where they can RSVP for tables at a restaurant, okay? Prior to the movie starting. So with all of these strategies in mind, again, it's important that you understand the vertical, okay? Now my question to you here today is, do you understand your vertical? Do you understand who you're going after? Because if you don't, then that could be a bit of a problem. So not having your own understanding and facts on the offer will make it hard to produce any type of results. So I've learned this the hard way years ago. Trust me, I've learned this, man, I've learned this the hard way, you know? So take note as you prep that offer, okay? So are you in position? I want you to ask yourself that question. Am I in position? Okay? Positioning is key as it'll give your offer a particular feel when the audience sees it live. Get right to it without over cluttering, as previously mentioned. You don't want them trying to read too much. Instead, focus on the action you'd like for them to take. A lot of the times we want things to look all pretty, right? We want the video to look pretty. We want the sales page to look nice, but we don't focus on the action, and then that's what ends up happening most of the time. I've seen this. We have hundreds of people inside our community running advertisements, and one of the biggest mistakes I see is folks that are too busy trying to make the ad look nice. And you'd be surprised how some of these terrible looking ads, like they do really well. And it boggles my mind, you know? So keep it simple, get straight to the point, okay? So let's take a look at some ideal designs for cinema advertisements to get the creativity flow, juices going. Okay, so booking not yet. This is an example, only an example. So booking not yet. When we looked this up, it was a redirect and it took you over to booking.com. So this advertisement is a static image with the short link, which to me, honestly, I feel like this is an ideal approach. Okay, now this is a Wells Fargo advertisement here, and they are actually running this ad, recruiting people for work and things like that. And look, they got wellsfargo.com/jobs, right? Nice and simple, beautiful image, straight to the point. All right. So Wells Fargo recruitment ad is another awesome example. They got a nice background, minimum text, short URL works perfectly. Happy House Crew. This is a legitimate business as well. You got the QR at the top, very nice, happy colors, white background, looks excellent. All right, so when you scan that QR, it also redirects as well. This is only an example, but here you have it. This is an ideal, right? Ideally, how you want to position this. Alrighty, so cinema goers are prepared to be immersed in a breathtaking experience. They're ready, man. They're ready to sit down and take on whatever it is that you have to offer them. So let's dive a little further into this. So theaters across the US and overseas have officially adopted programmatic ads. Take a look at this tweet by Sign Media. We are excited to share that Sign Media has partnered with Place Exchange, allowing advertisers to purchase the largest network of lobby screens in movie theaters across the country programmatically. Okay, so thankfully these guys are plugged in with us automatically, all right, inside of our platform. Screen Vision, Vistar offer the theater programmatic ad buying for the first time. So there's a lot of talks going on in relations to cinema and advertisements. So thousands of theaters across the US and overseas have begun to adopt programmatic algorithms. And these are all facts. And I just want to I'm going to take a quick pause for a moment because I'm getting cotton mouth. And if you could let me know in the chat, if you're still with me, go ahead and put some ones in the chat box, because what happens sometimes when I do these webinars, go to webinar gets a little funky. You know, you guys are techie just like me, so you get it. Ernesto Lopez, Nicole Fisher, thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm gonna grab a little water here. I really hope that you're getting value here. You know, again, I told you from the very beginning, I want to make sure that you leave this presentation feeling like I can do this. This is nothing. Okay, because it really is nothing. I mean, you're not doing much but just choosing your vertical, doing a bit of some research on that offer, making sure that you enjoy that vertical so that you can promote it successfully. Okay. I don't like working with verticals that like they bore me. You know what I mean? Like I don't like that kind of stuff. I like verticals that are gonna excite me. Like I'm not gonna work with a salon because it's a hot thing now, you know? Like I just don't do that kind of stuff. Anyway, moving forward. The fact that we're tapping into this early on puts our community here at Red Torn Media ahead of the game in a major way. I've even had folks in our community say the same exact thing. They're like, dude, this is keeping us ahead. I love it. Let me in. So there's barely any competition in the space when it comes to the programmatic cinema, which is excellent. When you look up the keyword phrase cinema ads, you won't see any competition like that. And I like no competition. I don't know about you, but if you go to Google right now and you type in cinema ads, uh, there's not a whole lot of advertising going. You know, the reason why is because, again, the reputation that this had back in the day. People thought that this was, one of those things that it was too expensive to do. But things have changed for the better. Okay, so the competition is low. And you could take a screenshot of this. I'll leave this up. Excuse me. I'll leave this up here. So you have movie advertisements. It gets about 880 impressions. movie theater ads, low competition, movie theater advertising. You might want to also look at some of these domains. Are these domains available? Okay, so I'm just opening your mind here so you can, stay ahead. So in relations to selling and promoting, if I wanted to promote this as an offer locally, it would be really hard. And I say that because of what folks are charging now. You know what I mean? It's just like I'll show you in just a couple of minutes. So here's what people are charging right now. These are legitimate companies, 2022, they're actively running. So what these guys are doing, I kind of respect their approach because they're just looking to monetize this as a service, and I get it. But and I'm not trying to, defame this business here. I respect all businesses. So this is just my feedback in relations to what I'm seeing and a couple of people that I've talked to. So 15-minute slots will cost you between $1,000 and $2,000 for a 4-week period. 30-minute slots, 2,000 to 3,000. 60-minute slots, 3,000 to 4,000. Minimum purchase, 5,000 or more. Now, guys, I don't know about you, but this scares me, and I know it's going to scare my clients. They're going to feel like, man, I can't do this. You know what I mean? Most small business owners, brick and mortars, they're working on a variety of different budgets. But you not to say that that is your only approach, because you could also do other things like, paper calls, affiliate offers, and that kind of thing. So rerouting calls, selling leads. You could do this a bunch of different ways. But my point here is that taking this approach right here, like this, is like what I'm trying to say is, like, if I reach these guys and ask them, hey, could I resell this it would be terribly tough for me. I wouldn't be able to offer anything that's going to spark the interest of a potential prospect. So no way for us to broker or arbitrage any of these kind of numbers. So others take in clients on a case-by-case basis, which is another thing. Not a lot of these companies that like Send Media and a couple of the others that you're going to see at the end of this presentation, they don't just take in people like that. They put you through a long vetted process. They make you sign paperwork. They had minimums, and we've been in the business for a pretty long time, 10 years plus, so we were able to work out a lot of that for our guys. So when I tell you we take care of our guys, we really take care of our guys. So in short, this means that for you to advertise, you can expect to pay anywhere between $5,000 or more. So again, take a look at these fees. Okay, I would prefer that you charge and your own fees, but yeah, moving forward. So there's no room for negotiation at all. So we intend on fully changing that today. So are you enjoying this webinar? Are you enjoying this webinar? Clearly, I saw a lot of the comments a couple of moments ago. You guys are, so let's keep moving forward. Let's take a look at the programmatic ad process and how ads are distributed. I feel like it's important that you know about this, because if you don't know, then how are you going to educate your prospective prospects, right? So cinema ads are shown pre-show. This means you can piggyback on the box office success and present your client's ads to an audience ready to consume media as they wait for the motion picture to start. Okay, you could take a screenshot of this if you want, or just note it down. I think that this is great information for you to know. Movie audiences are ready and willing to be immersed and captivated by your ad. Let's dive into a bit of the technical talk. So programmatic advertising is a way to automatically buy and optimize digital campaigns. So rather than buying directly from publishers, which is costly. It is designed to replace negotiations with machine learning AI optimization. The goal is to increase efficiency and transparency for both you, the advertiser, and the publisher. This is done through real-time auctions where ads are bought at the same time that the visitor visually sees it. So here's a quick look at that process. So over here, you have your demand side platform. So that would be us, okay? So when you make your request, it gets distributed. Remember, I was talking to you earlier about the programmatic exchanges and things like that. So when they get submitted, that data, like the age that you're choosing, the network that you want to publish it through, it gets submitted over, and based on how the budget that you have, that's how you would essentially get that slot, that cinema ad slot, whether it be in the hallway or on the 40-foot screen. It's really just that simple. I'm trying my best not to complicate this right now. So you have your demand side platform, you have your network plus the data that you submitted, and then it gets submitted over to the programmatic exchanges, and then it's distributed automatically. One of the questions that I got before is, hey, gee, how long on average does it take to publish my ad? Sometimes it happens really quick. From what we know, this is from what our partners tell us, and we disclose that at the end of this presentation, who our partners are. Every hour they're publishing ads, every hour. Okay, so keep that in mind. So you can purchase ads on all screens in a single theater or reduce the number of screens, making it cost effective. Once the spot is purchased, it will run in advance and automatically featured on that big screen, as I mentioned. So there's a real-time bidding process along with this as well. So real-time bidding is just part of the digital and cinema marketing ecosystem. So many benefits when it comes to this type of technology, and the amount of control that you have is really surreal. Allow me to elaborate. There are many advantages when it comes to cinema advertising that make it unique among OOH options, which is short for out-of-home ads. Okay, one of the main advantages is honing in on your target audience. In short, what I'm trying to say is that this can be done by focusing your ad campaign on key locations or showing your ad prior to a film, okay, that addresses your key demographic. Unlike social media, the audience at the cinema is highly engaged. There's no distractions. The data is showing that these guys are ready to buy if the offer truly speaks to them, okay? Moviegoers have a high household income as well, as I briefly mentioned earlier. So you can rest assured that your ad is being shown to an audience that is capable of engaging with your brand. Here's something you can note for your very first ad campaign. Take these notes down. Movie attendance is also higher on the weekends, a time when people spend, again, they have more time to spare. So you can note that down. On the weekends, you might want to run an ad on the weekend, okay? So note that down. So for a programmatic system to work properly, there needs to be other key components in place. Let's go over them really quick. Advertisers with true programmatic software have the ability to access that DSP, as I mentioned, which is connected to a DMP, short for data management platform. Cinema exhibitors or suppliers, publishers use a supply side platform to distribute their available inventory across one or multiple cinema web-based ad exchanges. I know it's a lot of techie talk, but you could bring the questions later. I'm more than happy to answer them. So I know you guys are wondering, well, Guillermo, how is this like really all happening? So there's a lot of humongous big pieces to this whole thing, right? So you got the software end and you got the actual, devices like you see here that project your ads essentially, and it's all handled through software. So there's no human in the back end saying, no, I don't like that ad, I'm not gonna approve it. There's been filters already set. There's been a lot of preferences already set. So when your ad gets published through, boom, it don't matter where that theater is, your ad is going live. And again, that includes the hallways, as I've emphasized before. Behind the scenes, you have RTB, which is taking place programmatically. RTB is a way of buying and selling ads through real-time auctions, meaning transactions are made around 100 milliseconds upon entrance of the first impression or web visit. Very, very simple to understand. So it works like this: as a visitor enters, either a theater or a site, a request is sent to an ad exchange with information on the visitor occasionally along with data. This information is matched against available advertisers, and real-time auctions take place between the advertisers that match the criteria. These ads are placed in front of you with the help of RTB. The winning bidder gets to display its ads to you or the moviegoer on the publisher side. So cinema attendees will surely see your ads, which leads me to share some more key facts. Moviegoers are more engaged than TV viewers. How about that? I'm not sure if you knew that. Viewers arrive at the movie theater early and ready for it to be immersed in this entire movie experience. Most TV streamers will fast forward through commercials and avoid them entirely. In the comfort of their own home, they use commercials to take time to get a snack or go to the restroom. These distractions typically do not happen within these movie theaters, okay? Movie theaters are often very quiet, meaning that your ad will be heard as well as seen. With plush chairs and snacks, movie goers are truly captive. They truly captivate the audience, and they're waiting to see what you have to bring to the table. This is the ideal audience, guys. Like, these are the people that you want to show your ads in front of. Programmatic advertising exists in a wide range of digital channels, including display, mobile, video, social, and now in theaters. We're starting to see out-of-home channels advertise programmatically through digital screens, on bus stations, shopping malls, billboards, and of course now cinema. So previously, programmatic campaigns have been reserved for larger budgets. Cinema programmatic advertising costs. Like many advertising campaigns, the cost of cinema adverts can vary dramatically. Cost depends on the length of the ad, what markets you're showing your ad in, and what films your ad is paired with. So definitely you want to make sure to take a screenshot of this, because as you form your campaigns, you want to be mindful of this. So don't think that you're going to create a 10-minute ad and pay like $2 for 1,000 views. You have a 10-minute video and you have a small budget. You know what I mean? So take a screenshot of this, note this down. All of these factors create a wide range for a movie ad. You can reduce your cost by showing your cinema ad on just a few screens rather than all screens in the theater. There's a cost associated with the creative input that is needed for the ad. In some cases, you can use media you already have just by simply editing it, making some quick edits and just uploading it. In other cases, you may want to create an entirely new campaign. Although a new campaign will allow for greater flexibility, it will tack on that extra cost. Cinema advertising versus other methods. So cinema ads are a great supplement to any marketing campaign. Large chains like AMC offer pricing models for different levels of engagement, making them a good option for small businesses. Think about the number of people who will see your ad in the movie theater compared to other marketing channels. Prices also vary by location, the device, the format, and placement. The low-cost programmatic offers an enormous benefit for small agencies and consultants with limited marketing budgets. So here's the difference between an ad network and an ad exchange. This is important for you to know. Again, I believe it's important that as I'm going through this, then I'm more than happy to answer your questions at the end, that you're getting as much education as possible through this. So an ad network is a platform that is connected to a certain number of websites and offers inventory for advertisers on those sites, whereas programmatic ad exchange is a trading floor where advertisers can buy ad space from multiple cinema exhibitors, publishers. Okay, very different concept. The ad exchange connects to several ad networks. In relations to the networks and reach, local movie theater exhibitors and publishers draw people from your targeted business area. Most local businesses draw their customers from a fairly small geographic radius, 20 miles or less. This is excellent for us as local marketers. It creates that flexibility that we need. And with, like I mentioned before, being that this is programmatic, we can really dial in on the area, the zip, the city, state. Moving forward, established businesses and brands are taking advantage. Check out the results that they're drumming up just from cinema campaigns alone. So this video, I had a hard time playing it in the last webinar. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share this video link here. I thought it was very, very informative. I'm gonna drop the link now in the chat really quick. Bear with me one moment. So I'm gonna drop that link in the chat. And if you go down into the chat and click that link, I want you to play that video. It's literally like a 1-minute video. Go ahead and play that video. This gentleman here, Guillermo Padilla, is basically going to share his own experiences with you in relations to cinema advertising. So again, transparency, we're big on that here. You're gonna see someone who is essentially running these type of advertisements for his own business. And one of the things that he says that really, really, really got my heart pumping, man, is the fact that he stated with his own words, man, I actually went to the theater and there was some people saying, hey, have you gone to that restaurant? You want to go? And that for me is that's what you want. That's more than enough to get that foot traffic in through that door for those restaurants like this gentleman here, who has had success scaling out cinema advertisements. Colgate as well. Colgate, as it states here, Colgate cinema campaign worked well to help drive and cut through the noise. They done really well. Companies like Colgate, Audi as well. Audi wanted to bring the sense of the premium to their campaign, and they placed it alongside a bunch of other ads. In short, these are real cases coming from our sources, even down to small computer companies. Cinema advertisement was an ideal environment for this one company here. Okay, it brought brand awareness, favorability in their local neighborhood. Chromecast, the same thing. Cinema is also, as also coming in as an ideal form of advertising for Chromecast. IKEA, the same thing. This new strategy positioned IKEA as the provider of a more wonderful everyday life where they sell customers solutions to problems, not just products for spaces. This approach was designed to help IKEA diversify what customers went to IKEA to shop, and most importantly, how much they spent. So they're scaling it out. So why wouldn't we want to get our clients the same type of exposure? Just because they have a small business does not mean that they can't be seen on the big screen. You understand that now, right? So now we made it possible. Everything I've shared on this live presentation is evident that programmatic advertising is getting better. And thanks to companies like NCM, National Sign Media, we've created a massive opportunity here for everyone on this webinar today. So we know for a fact that this will impact many of our current and future clients. Cinema ads are a great way to increase that brand visibility, which is what we want, especially locally. As we begin to wrap up, I want to give a major thanks to our Red Torn Media members, you, for showing up on today's webinar on this Sunday. And a massive thank you to our partners. Honestly, if it weren't for these guys, there would not be any cinema ads platform. So Screen Vision Media is one of our partners, now one of your partners behind the scenes. So you could brag about them now. You could put them on your sales page, on your landing page, right? So Screen Vision is the only 40-foot movie screen programmatic network in the US that reaches audiences at movie theaters nationwide, front and center pre-shows, which create powerful and uncluttered storytelling for brands, and lots more. I mean, look at this massive reach, guys. Like, really process this for a moment. So you have young cinema on average, which they're the age 30, right? 160 index with bachelor's degrees, right? 96.6K. These guys have funds. They have the funds, they're ready to buy whatever you have, right? These guys are educated. You got the facts all right here, front and center, nice and big. We have Send Media that's also part of our platform as well. So Send Media built, again, they got that 30 years plus of experience. Uh, these guys are really, like, when I tell you legit, they're gonna be the reason why you have access to over 1,500 plus venues to access a different array of different age groups, demographics, and more. We've teamed up with Vistar Media again. I don't know if you remember Vistar from our last platform, but they've come out and helped us out as well. So I got to shout out Michael Provenzano, Mark Chadwick, Janet, and this guy right here, Dave Rivera, who came in and was just incredible. I don't take credit. These guys are in New York, but they're just amazing, man. They're part of the reason why you're going to get your ad seen on those movie theater hallways, just like you see here. Right before they go in and get that meal, they're going to see your ad now. So with our established programmatic partners, you'll be able to display your ads to over 600 million movie goers, man. How about that? And I'm talking about some of the biggest exhibitors today: AMC, Marcus Theaters, CMX Cinemas, and so many others. You have a massive reach, 1,600 plus theaters and near 20,600 plus screens in the US and overseas. So with all of that said, I'd like to introduce you to our new innovative platform, 100% focused on cinema advertising. We have Cinema Ads Programmatic Ad Technology. So let me educate you on what this is all about. So Cinema App is a massive platform built with over 20,500 venues with the ability to display your ads on those 40-foot screens. And within these movie theaters, hallways, our technology provides national and global reach. Again, national and global reach: Canada, UK, Australia, Mexico, Philippines, Malaysia, and so many other, over 600 plus international venues. Robust targeting options enable you to set specific campaigns by zip, state, neighborhood, with the ability to further refine your campaign, media type by lobbies, and just so much more, along with features ranging from the ability to receive theater and lobby information at the click of our geographic map, where you can see exactly, where that theater is, and so much more. Complementary to that, we provide you with training, templates, white label resources, and so much more. So you're not just creating campaigns aimlessly. No, you're making informed decisions. You're educated. You understand that. It's officially demo time. So let's go ahead and cut all the talking. And I'm going to show you our awesome platform right here. I'm just going to go ahead. Bear with me one little moment. I'm just going to go ahead and go to the dashboard really quick. I might have to log in, but here we are. I'm just gonna do a full screen. Can you see the platform on your side? If you could go ahead and confirm that for me. Go ahead and put some ones in the chat box. I just wanna make sure that you can see my browser on your side. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Great, great, great. So Nesta put some ones. All right, great, awesome. All right, so on your dashboard, okay, I want to break this down nice and clearly. I'm going to go full screen really quick. So you have your total insertion orders, total campaigns, total creatives, and your balance. If you want quick access to any menu options, you have those all here, including our training. Okay, so now here, I know you're wondering, what is those dots? So these dots are actually programmatic movie theaters. So these are theaters that if I go, let's say, down to Miami area, I could actually see up close, where they're displaying ads and where and how, so I got that access right there. So in short, we added that here so you could do a little due diligence before you actually run your campaign. And this is going to be, continuously updated automatically. So you'll see this whole area update for you. So the purpose of this whole area is so that you're doing your research and you know where these areas are, okay, where these movie theaters are. Let's go into the chat area. We have a chat as well where you can connect with other members. We want to steer clear from any support. We want to keep it only for the purposes of networking, masterminding with other members. Let's continue on forward here. So currently we do have a small minimum here, not per campaign, and I want to clarify that. We managed to get a low minimum of $50. I want to be clear on this amount. This amount is not in any way or shape or form paid to Red Torn Media LLC. And I'm disclosing that right now. This amount is paid to all of the networks that I've just disclosed to you on this webinar, okay? So that does not mean that you need to use $50 per campaign. You could actually spread it out, okay? I just want you to be mindful of that, okay? So moving forward, we are all about transparency. So you can see the amount that you've spent before, after, the amount, your campaign, and you have your dates all there for you, nice and set. Now let's go ahead and get the ball rolling in our planning area, okay? So here's where a lot of the magic is gonna happen. And trust me, when your clients see this platform, they're gonna love it. I mean, look at this thing. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna put webinar Sunday because it is Sunday. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna choose, I personally would prefer that you do 2 weeks, but you know, it's your call. I'm just gonna do 2 weeks, okay? So my budget is gonna be, I'm gonna make it $20 and be realistic here. And I'm gonna choose the dollar sign. And this, for your advertiser, these are basically, this is all part of the campaign creation process. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna click load, okay? So in just a couple of minutes, what you're gonna see is I'm gonna get a bunch of data here. And I don't want you to be confused, so I'm gonna clarify this right now, okay? So what you can do here is at the top, before you even run your campaign, I want you to take a look at this because our system gives you an estimated cost on what you're gonna pay per 1,000 impressions. The impressions available, venues, you got your CPMs and lots more, okay? I'm just gonna refresh my screen really quick and I'm gonna just repeat this whole process again for you. And then I'm gonna do this in a more refined way. So I'm gonna do webinar Sunday 1, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and then I'm gonna choose, let's do it from Monday to, let's do this to the 28th. And then I'm just gonna choose like $15 here. And then I'm gonna choose the advertiser. So click save and we're ready to go. Now, if I wanna add a different advertiser, say I have another client, I could totally do that. Just go back to edit and I could do that. Now we give you the ability to target by zip, DMA, NYC borough, neighborhood, state. Okay, so this is all data distributed from our partners. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put here, I'm gonna put Florida. Okay, oops, I'm gonna put Florida. Then I'm gonna choose Texas. All right, so we got Florida and Texas, and I'm gonna put New York as well. All right. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is choose my inventory. So we're gonna go ahead and choose our media partners. Now we have a huge reach, so I could go with Atmosphere. I'm gonna educate you on who these guys are in just a moment. So we have NRG, Screen Vision. I could go with Social Indoor Digital Display Network, Loop Media. Let's see what others we have here. Velocity. We have NPass. Let's see here, Cinema Scene. We also have Send Media Group. So all basically the biggest networks are built inside of our platform. And then I'm gonna go ahead and load this up really quick, give our system some time to start populating this data for us. I'm just gonna do a quick zoom out really quick. And you'll notice that we got some stats coming up here, okay? So we have some stats popping up for New York City, Florida, and Texas, okay? Now, if I want to, like, for example, head over to New York City and really make sure that it's going to run inside of a movie theater and not some random place, right? I could always get up close and personal and check. Alpine Cinema, verify it, bam, we're going to be inside of that movie theater. Average CPM is going to be pretty low, so it's looking golden. It's looking really good, right? Now, I could go ahead and click creative specs for all of them. So if I had the budget, say a $5,000 budget or so or more, I could run advertisements inside of, well, throughout all of those states. So I could run within New York, Texas, and Florida and show my ads across all of those theaters. You got to understand, like, this is huge. This is massive, okay? So we give you the creative specs in real time, the venue type, video supported, impressions available. You could buy up all of these impressions if you really have the budget for it, but chances are is that most of us here probably don't, okay? But if you do, cool, awesome. You could totally buy all of the impressions available. So we got a quick shortcut for you as well to keep you informed and educated on the campaign creation process. So you want to make sure to check that out. Now, moving forward, we're not done yet here. So we have our insertion orders area. When you insert an order, we want to make sure that you could keep track of it. We have your start, end dates, your budget. If you want to do some quick edits, you go to actions really quick, and you could do some quick changes to your advertisements. You could update the name, your budget. So this is just for quick access. Now, if I click here, okay, now there's a couple of things that I can do from this plane. Actually, let me go back to a good example. Let's see, this is one here. Let's go into maybe this one. This is a test server, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you really quick. Let's go into with 3 media owners. Okay, this is a good one here. Okay, let's go with this one. So you have your status, campaign, start, end dates, and your budget. And then you have your bid CPMs, right? Your creatives, you would upload them here, just like you see here, nice and simple. And you could just click add new as well. And you could continue to add onto the campaign. But what I wanted to really show you is this area here. This area is really cool. It's called Spot Stream by our good friends at Vistar. They're gonna give you real-time data. So remember how I showed you that I could run ads in Texas, Florida, and New York, right? I could actually see, we get these little highlights that pop up. They look so cool. They keep you informed in real time so you can see where your ads are showing. InStream gives you a bit more of a detailed view. So you could actually see what theater, say if it's in Shreveport, right? You can see where in Shreveport your ad is showing, and you can really get up close and personal. Okay, now trust me when I tell you, when your clients see this, they're gonna jump with excitement. Okay, now when your ad campaign is submitted, right? So you've gone through the planning process, you submitted it. Now what you're gonna do is come to your insertions, just like I said. You're gonna click on your campaign. And then from here, you would add your creatives. Like you would upload a creative here by clicking add creative. You can choose your categories and associate it with your creative, add a URL. You could add that, make sure it's an audio file. So you could do a lot of cool things here. And I dive into all of this in the training as well. Okay. Now, once your campaign is in active mode, when you click on this arrow here, you could actually see how your ad is going to display inside of the theaters, which is really cool, keeps you informed. Let's keep moving forward here. So let's go into our reporting section. So here, you're going to be able to really dial in on everything. You could get the most detailed data possible. Again, you got your start date, end dates here. You could click load. When you click load, you'll get your impression count and all those little details that we are all looking for. Let's continue to move forward. We felt it was important that you continue to be educated through this platform. So we show you the venues that you can access. You can see with Media here, you have over near 1,232 venues. You have Screen Vision here and a bunch of others. If I want to learn more about Screen Vision, I would just click on Screen Vision and I'm ready to rock and roll. Something else that I can do as well is I can generate a PDF. I'm actually going to minimize my screen really quick. See this area here? We added it complimentary for our members, those of you who are looking to propose this and maybe send it to your clients. Right now the PDF is loading, but basically what it'll do is, based on your profile information, it'll take all of your profile details, all of our media owners right here. I'm going to show you here. I'm going to open it up really quick. And you'll see here that we have a basic PDF that you can, we've done this to get you up and going quickly, so that just in case you want to send it over as a proposal to a prospective client, they can have faith that you're going to follow through with what you're saying you're going to follow through with. Okay, so it's not, oh, well, we could show your ads in movie. No, here's who's backing us up in that regard, you know? So you have that proof there. You got that social proof all there intact. Now let's move forward here. That's a bit on that area. This area, we moved it here because we knew that a lot of you, and on the last Friday, on Thursday when we hosted the webinar, I noticed that most of our members ended up taking action on this level. This is our white label. So the white label is an upgrade. Okay, this is like literally the only upgrade that we have, and we reserved a domain for you, cinemaads.expert. So it's not cinemaads.app. Okay, so we give you a login and a registered link. Okay, you could add your clients manually here. Okay, so let's say you have a client that's just not that techie, but they want to use the platform. You could just create a username login for them, send them that login link, and they could log right in. Okay, when you click on manage business, okay, I want to clarify this area and how you get paid 100% for every client that you bring in. And I'm all about transparency, so I'll say it again. So again, right now our minimum top up is about $50, right? So I could leave it the same, right, and just leave it blank. But I could make my fee about $500 and make it recursive. So that means that our system will look for that amount every single month, period. And if that amount is not available, your account gets locked out, okay? So we give you the ability to change your colors, so you could add colors to your login pages. You could add your logos, your icons, right? Your icons is that little image that shows right up here, just like that. And that is basically it for this area. When someone signs up underneath you, it looks like this. You'll see their name, the number, and how much they've topped up. I know you're wondering, well, how do I get paid? You request a withdrawal, okay? So when you request a withdrawal, we coordinate with you, we get you paid out 100%. We don't take any portion of that at all, okay? So if that isn't faithfulness at all, I don't know what is, right? So let's continue to move forward here. So we have a request assistance option. This is an upgrade as well, and is the only upgrade as well, as we do not have a reoccurring fee. We do not have any monthly charges. But this is a contributors group that we've formed, and I'm going to educate you a little bit more on this area a little later. But it'll allow you to get that by phone support, get that one-on-one support that you need, so you can really get this up and running for yourself and your business, okay? We also provide you with training and a detailed PDF as well that you can utilize as well. I'm not going to download the PDF, but what I will let you know is right now is that this PDF goes over how to generate calls, generating SMS leads, and lots more, and the key areas and things to look out for, okay? So I'm gonna go back to our presentation. I know you guys are all excited. So let's continue on and let's move forward. I see that Sarah's excited. So hold on just a moment. We're gonna get you in. I know that a lot of you weren't able to make it. Today is our last call. This is our last webinar for the Cinema Ads platform. And then Monday, we cannot keep things just this low at this price, man. I mean, we don't even charge anyone on a monthly basis. This is literally like a one-time fee program, okay? So again, so you have that really cool geographic map that you can access. You have that training at the top. You have that chat so you can engage with other members. Remember, our minimum is only $50, and that is going straight to the networks, not to us, okay? You give you a full breakdown on your spend so you can keep track of these things, all right? We detail planning, so if you want to target areas in specific zip codes, DMAs, and more, you can really dial in with this platform. Just like I've disclosed here, you can give you the estimated CPM prices, available impressions, and lots more. I dive into a lot of this in our training, so please keep that in mind, okay? So another thing is that the creative specs we're able to pull from these theaters directly, along with the impressions available for us to purchase, okay? So you have your insertion orders, you can update your insertion orders, you have your detailed spot stream as well, so you can see it all in real time. You can see your where your ads are showing with that specific area, and lots more. So it's all pretty cool. Let's see, and of course we have the white label area, which is an upgrade as well, and we got the training that's included and lots more. This is pretty much just a quick snippet of the PDF. It's really, really good. Definitely got to check it out. So you have all the resources and tools you need to really get you forward, okay? So again, you have that cinema inventory, so you could access over 20,000 plus screens, detailed reporting, cinema planning as well. So remember, our platform works on a CPM basis. There's no CPC or anything like that. So remember that you could also target by DMAs, neighborhoods, states, zip codes. You have your ability to target those moviegoers. You have a massive array of different creative types that you can choose, built-in chat, training, and all the features. Again, with everything that I've showed you here, it makes this platform really, really unique. Okay, so I've showed you all of these awesome features, and I know that you're ready to dive in. So let's fast forward and get you rocking and rolling ASAP with some of our current members involved. I know you're wondering right now, Guillermo, what is the cost to this thing? This thing has got to be expensive. We wanted to make our robust platform available for all of our Red Toy Media members, all of you guys that came out and supported and left those comments. Unfortunately, soon we're going to be locking up a lot of our content due to privacy reasons, but that's another different conversation. But again, Frank Casper, Kenneth, Ernesto Lopez, HMAC, John Wolf, everybody here, thank you so much. You all are excited. Some of you are already on board. We wanted to put the ball in your court, and you guys know that if you've been following me throughout the years, that's all we do is we literally put the ball in your court. We've negotiated the lowest CPMs possible. That's not even all. The partners we've mentioned here had very costly campaign minimums. So thankfully, you can form campaigns with zero minimum. So you now have the ability to scale your budget between multiple campaigns. And this is huge. I share this all to say we've poured a massive amount of energy into our platform and intend on building it further for our members and contributors. So the potential is massive here. So I've been asked to offer this platform. I've had people reach out to me, even some elites, and I could go ahead and offer this for $4,000 or $5,000 one time. But I would prefer to do that. Okay, that's not what you'll be paying here today. If anything, we'll let you take in those profits because we appreciate you and we respect you as a member here. And again, realistically, with all the energies and meetings and everything that we've had to do, we could charge anywhere near $3,000 realistically. But we take care of our members. So I'm gonna make it really, really hard for you to say no today, hopefully. So I'm gonna give you $10 today as a discount just for today. So again, you've seen the potential. The potential is massive. The brand awareness is massive. The traction is massive. The ability to display your ads on those 40-foot screens alone is just massive. If I wanted to charge right now, come on, even some of you here today can agree, near $1,000, they would be very, very reasonable. So are you ready to turn your ads, ready to just dive into the cinema space? Your one-time fee right now is $107, and we're gonna take off $10. $10. I'm actually gonna drop the link because I see that a lot of you are asking for the link right now. So let me, I'm actually just gonna pull it up here and break down the levels. It's redtorrentmedia.app. All right, there we go. /CM. And we got about 1 hour left on the clock. Once the clock hits 0, this page redirects. So it's on schedule to be redirected right now. So be mindful of that, okay? I'm gonna go back to the presentation. I've dropped a link down below. So I'm gonna cover each area and break it down. But one of the biggest things that I wanna disclose right away is that inside of our platform, there is no monthly fee. There's not even a creative cost. We eat up a lot of those costs for you, right? So keep that in mind. Optional, if you prefer not to take the coupon for $10, as I've shown you here, okay, and go with the option for $117, which is recommended for a lot of you here, you have access to all of the updates, additional inventory, and lots more, okay? So both options come with complimentary, that PDF that I mentioned, the training inside that I cannot disclose right now just because I got a lot of sensitive information on that doc. You definitely want to check it out. You have the training as well, 10 plus videos, VIP support via our mobile app as well. So keep that all in mind. You have to head over to redtorrentmedia.com/CM. That is redtorrentmedia.com/CM. So LV3, this is our third option. We wanted to create more avenues for you. So this option is going to allow you to access only the US exhibitors, and you're capped at 6,500 screens that you could utilize. This is our most limited option, but it creates avenues for those of you who may not have the budget right now for this. So it's only $79. And if you wish to maybe upgrade later, you can absolutely do that. But honestly speaking, because I'm just going to be honest with you, just go with LV2 because it's just going to give you everything, you know? So prior to the webinar, we received an overwhelming response from our members and our community who prefer to resell and make a profit. Literally, our emails were blowing up when we started talking about this. The Cinema app was built by experienced consultants. We created a lane for you to be able to charge and take 100% earnings. This is insane. Nobody does this, and you guys know this. Like, who's going to give you 100% just to bring on board a client? You're hearing it from me. Remember me telling you that. Email me, say, hey, G, remember you said that I'm going to get 100%. I mean what I say when I say it. You're going to take home 100% earnings when you upgrade. So payouts are made on every month, on the first of every month on a scheduled basis. So I've shared our white label registration link, which you'll find at redtorrentmedia.com/CM. I'm going to incorporate an additional coupon for about $200. So we're going to save you $200. So our Red Torrent Media members here on this webinar have access to our multi-pay options as well. I literally created about 6 different options there, so there's no excuse at all. So in short, total fee for the white label, you have to make sure that you get in on an LV1, LV2, LV3, whichever one you choose first. You need to make sure that you're in the platform. Then you could upgrade to this, okay? So $17.97, it's a one-time fee. Again, you could charge your own fees. You can self-host. So this is something new that we're doing. Usually we don't allow that. You have to host with us. We're gonna give you the ability to self-host on your side as well, on your domain. And we're gonna be able to manage it for you. So you can edit your logo, your theme colors, you have a private URL, custom portal logins, track accounts, payouts, and lots more. Now bringing your white label enrollment down to $17.97, okay? And on top of that, we reserve the domain for you, cinema.expert, exclusively for you. And remember, you have those custom logins, the private URL, all reserved as well. Multi-payers have the opportunity to self-host as well. So just because you're multi-paying does not mean that you cannot self-host, okay? So we do have a one-time fee, not right away. And I want to be clear with that, okay? And this is in relation to just the white label here. So everything I'm talking about is about the white label. So we have a one-time $500 fee that's paid to our developers, okay? And $349 annually. So annually that's the fee that you'll pay for us to manage the platform for you. So you're covered 100%. So you're not running into any issues. So you have the backing that you need. So this ensures that you don't run into any issues down the road. So you have us around to back you up in that regard. So let's review all the features built inside of our platform. As I've mentioned, we give you, that cinema inventory near over 20,500 cinemas, 40-foot screens and hallways. You have your detailed reporting, your planning as well, all types of flexible budgets, no crazy minimums per campaigns. You can geo-target, you can really dial it in and get your campaigns hyper locally served. Okay, so you have your creatives as well. You have your cinema orders, your dashboard, built-in chat, and you have that training as well with that guide. It's about 10 plus videos, and you have that PDF guide as well that I keep repeating. I'm telling you, you want to check it out. So let's take a moment to review the coupon pricing and the fees. So for level 1, it's 107, okay? The only real limit here is the amount of reach that you have. So between all the levels, it's just limited to reach, all right, and updates. So for the 107 option, saving you the $10, all right, so you get that additional inventory, but it's limited to the updates and there's no monthly fees. Okay, you still get access to that 15,336 40-foot screens, hyper locally. You know, you got massive reach here, detailed targeting, and more. LV2 is the one that I recommend because you get access, lifetime access, just like you do with level 1. You get all the updates, VIP support, more inventory, and again, you get access to near 19,536 40-foot screens and lots more. So the reach is crazy, all right? And there's no monthly fee. Our members pay one time. That's it. You got to head over to redtornmedia.com/CM. So Cinema Ads Partner on level 3, it's very limited, only US targeting only, 6,500 screens. This is our lowest tier right now, okay? So if you want to become a white label, we do give you 6 options. And again, this is like the big boy of all the big boys, okay? So you're getting over 20,500 40-foot screens that you can access, US, international reach as well. You get all the updates, updated, you know, you can do your custom logins, you get paid out 100%. And again, you know, if you turn on that recursive button on, you're gonna make that $17.97 right back, okay? Before the year's over, if you go into that white label, you're gonna make it back, man. You're going to make it back, okay? So this is optional. This is something that we just started introducing, and we're gonna continue to introduce it throughout the week as well. This is literally $24.99, but I want you to check this out. So you can get top tier campaign management for all platforms, including our latest cinema app platform. All right, so this is called our Red Torrent Media Contributors Group. All contributions made here not only support our servers, but our staff as well. Now, as you guys know, we don't charge a monthly fee. I don't know if it's, you know, that like we don't really charge a monthly fee at all. You get by phone support. It doesn't matter what level you are or what platform you have of ours. This works for all of them. So you get 100% support by phone on a scheduled basis with our head developers, even me as well. You also get screen sharing support as well. Alrighty. So this isn't just like some type of a support upgrade, right? So it's going to allow us to get connected with each other so we can start bringing this all together. Okay. You get that screen shared support as well. Again, all contributions here made go right back to Red Torrent Media. You get SMS support as well, so you can reach us on call. But I really think what makes this upgrade special is the fact that we're going to be able to oversee and manage your campaigns for you. Okay, so really keep that in mind. And it's only $24.99 a month, but that comes with a lot. We're even looking into a private portal, as we're going to be locking up a lot of our content really soon on YouTube. Unfortunately, you're the first to know that here, but this is a step forward just to keep our members together, you understand? But it gets you the support that you need. And I'll just break it down here. Top tier members get access to our internal sources, access to our hidden chat inside of our mobile app. This is a great upgrade. Again, not only to talk support, but to talk strategy, clients, and more. So this is for the long-term thinker, okay, not for the short-term minded. So multiple payers, all right? So multi-pay options. So I'm going to break this down. So multi-payers have the opportunity to self-host, you know, again, once the amount is paid in full. We have a one-time $500 setup fee, which is paid to our developers. It's going to take them some time to set it up. Fee is only $349 annually, okay? I personally wanted to try something that we've never done before and provide you with an opportunity as well to become a white label, okay? So I'm going to give you about 12 months, okay? And we're going to bring that down to about 12 payments for just $149.75. $149.75. And there's really no excuse at all. I mean, you've seen what we're bringing to the table. And I wanted to make clear as well that if you did pick up one of our other platforms, you were a white label, let us know if you want to self-host so we can get you set up as well. But going back into this, again, we're just opening up the doors, allowing you to be able to essentially, get in as well. So what we're gonna do as well, I'm gonna make it really hard for you to say no. Come on, guys. $25 for the next 3 months. So that means you have $25 for the next 3 months that you can scale out. So that means every month for the next 3 months, you're gonna see $25 added to your account. So you're making your money back, $25 for the next 3 months, okay? So again, you must choose between LV1, LV2, or LV3. Any of those options, and then you would upgrade at redtormedia.com/CM. And be mindful that that link is coming down in about an hour or so. So keep that in mind. I do not intend, I was very lenient before, but I've learned that, listen, these opportunities don't come around all the time. And if someone showed me something like this years ago, I would have jumped on it like white on rice. So again, the first 25 to enroll into our LV2 option. So if you're enrolled in LV2, you will receive a $5 credit. So those funds are coming right back to you, okay? So toward your first ever cinema campaign for you to experiment with, redtormedia.com/CM to get upgraded right now. So let's take another moment to go over all our features. Again, you got that awesome looking dashboard for yourself and your own clients to really you get a bird's eye view on the programmatic cinemas, visually there throughout. And if there's any advice that you have for us, we welcome it. Dev support at redtormedia.app. And for any of our friends here, our current processor does not process overseas. Reach out to us, dev support at redtormedia.com. Remember that you have the chat as well, and this chat is awesome, man. You want to be able to network with people in here. Take advantage of that. Our minimum is only $50, okay? That is it, and there is no monthly fee at all. You have that ability to target over 20,000 screens, 40-foot screens and hallways combined. So this platform is massive, okay? We give you that deep, all about transparency. You can see the cost, impressions available, venues, and lots more. We break this all down in the training, even the ability to see the creative specs available for those specific areas, okay? You have your insertion orders, and again, all about transparency here, so you can see where your ads are showing. We got mega partners on board, man. Screen Vision, Send Media Group, need I say anything else, right? So let's continue. Again, you have that white label where you get paid 100% on this platform. Training as well. You have your download guide. Head over to redtormedia.com/CM. And remember that you could also request assistance if you're part of our contributors group. You still get support. And I want to be clear that, so you can reach out to us at devsupport@redtormedia.app or open up a ticket. Tickets are handled in the order that they are received, okay? So if we don't reach out to you the same day, don't think we're ignoring you. We're just trying to get through everybody to make sure that they're up and running successfully. So again, that white label here is detailed down to the T. So you can control how much you want to charge on a recursive basis or one time. It's your call, okay? And then we give you that PDF in case you want to get the ball rolling. You got a prospective prospect and all that's thinking about taking you on. So again, breaking it all down one more time. So you got that cinema inventory. Again, lots of features broken down for you. We got, Send Media Group. Some of the biggest players in the out-of-home space are built into our platform, okay? And you got your cinema reporting as well, cinema planning, you got your detailed targeting as well. You could target specific audiences, creatives, you got your orders, built-in chat. All of those links are now in the chat. So I have some preset questions here. So what countries do you support? So we support the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia. So that's all set there for you. So what types of inventory do we have access to? So we provide you with access to over 17K theaters and lobbies combined, okay, plus all the others that I told you, depending on what level that you are. So you got LV1, LV2. Again, if you're choosing the lowest tier, LV3, you're limited to about 6,000 screens that you can reach. LV2 is like the happy middle ground. You have about 19,000 screens that you could access. If you go with the white label, then that's a completely different ballgame. You have access to everything, literally everything. So let's continue to move forward here. No monthly fees. There are 0 monthly fees, and I hope that this is clear. 0 monthly fees, none. So you got all the resources, the training, the PDF generator. You got, our support as well. This is like the perfect little business in a box. Seriously, like the perfect little business in a box. Do you provide support? If so, how? We provide email support. We provide general support through our platforms. We prioritize support. We want to make sure that you're taken care of here for sure. Doesn't matter if you're a contributor or not. The contributors, it's a bit different because, again, these are people that are choosing to contribute to Red Tour Media and build relationships with us and help them at the same time. So it's a win-win for all of us. So what types of targeting options do you have? As I've mentioned, you could target by geographic maps, zip codes, DMAs, and lots more. And moving forward, again, training. It's all in the training, okay? So we give you about 10 plus videos that you can access. We give you a ton of payment options as well. Lots of discounts have been given here today. And that is pretty much it. Let's move forward here. redtourmedia.com/CM. And I'm gonna minimize my screen here and go ahead and answer your questions live while I have you here. I'm actually going to go ahead and go over all of the tiers here. As I've mentioned, look, you got about 49 minutes here, guys. Don't sleep on this, man. Do not sleep on it. Take action now. Do not think about it. Those were some of the biggest mistakes, I'm telling you, I made earlier. I did too much thinking. I did too much complaining. I did too much whining. I did not enough action taking, not enough planning, not enough strategic thinking. These are some of the mistakes I made early on, and I've learned from those mistakes. And now look, a lot of things have changed. As I've mentioned here, LV1, 15,336 screens, all right? It saves you $10. LV2, just like I've mentioned here, gives you about 19,890 screens that you can access. You get all those updates, screens, and more. The lowest tier only allows you to target US geos, and it's very, very limited to about 6,000 screens or so. Then remember that white label is down below. This is like the top tier level. You get a credit here, just like I mentioned here, of about $150 that comes right back to you, okay? So you get $150 added to your campaign. You get that top tier support as well. You get that VIP support, custom login, set up strategy calls with us as well. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, right? We had a couple of guys yesterday reach out excited to add this to their portfolio. They're like, hey man, like I'm adding this. I'm going to be offering this right now. So, we have strategy calls set up with them. Again, if you want to self-host and you go in on full pay, let us know and we'll coordinate with you. Dev support at redtourmedia.app. Okay. Remember, there's a one-time fee and then there's an annual fee of $349 for us to manage that server for you and manage the platform itself. These aren't little platforms. These are not little, you know what I mean? These are big platforms. So we give you a bunch of different options here. And then option no, this is the contributors group that we're going to be introducing for all of our platforms. This is not exclusively for the Cinema Apps platform. If you enroll in this upgrade, you get that by phone support, shared screen support, SMS support, campaign management, okay, for all of our platforms, not just Cinema Ads, okay? And then you get access to our chat inside of our mobile app, which is going to be awesome. You're going to get a lot of real good value and resources there. We got about 47 minutes here. Don't wait too long. There was something that I got a bunch of links here on this document. So this is LV1. I'm going to drop the link to LV1 here in the chat. That's LV1. And then here, as you can see here, this is the same thing that I have on the site, all about transparency. So I just want you guys to look at it. There you go. This is LV2. This is LV3 right here, okay? This is our lowest tier, that's LV3. And then our white label option, this is our white label option. The top link would be for the full pay. And then you got all other options here, okay? So remember, you're covered here. You're covered. We got all those links there in the chat. And then I'm just gonna come right back. Remember, redtornmedia.com/CM to get you started. And I'm gonna go ahead and answer your questions live. So Scott Sproit, apologize if I pronounced your name wrong. So he's asking if we cover Alaska and Hawaii. So I'm going to be completely transparent. There's a lot of geographic areas that aren't automatically enabled on the platform, but we do cover those areas and we have confirmation. So if you're like in Hawaii and you're say you're in a white label, let us know so we could activate those areas on your side. There's a lot of manual work that we have to do on that end. We had, I think it was yesterday, no, when was it? On Thursday. On Thursday, someone reached out and they were like, hey, can we do Barbados? And we told them yes, because our partners are telling us, yes, we can do overseas as well. So we just have to activate it on your end, okay? Like on your account. Carolyn Holzman, she is asking the top-ups, the minimum that has to be in the account at all times. No, as long as you have that amount, you're fine. As long as your account is funded, it's fine. Okay. Now, like if you're talking about the white label, our platform looks for that amount every single time. If they don't have that amount, they get locked out. Okay. So it works for you because you're covered. Ernesto Lopez, we do cover Texas as well, Ernesto Lopez. So do me the favor, reach out to me, dev support at redtornmedia.app. We're based out of Texas as well, so we'd be more than happy to talk with you. So reach out. But remember, we got a couple of minutes left. Don't wait too long. Gary Crenshaw is asking, what is the average time of the commercial you should run? I would keep it honestly on the 1 minute. Keep it on the 1 minute. Don't, nice and sweet. Get right to it. For starters, I would do just a static image, just so you get the feel of things. Don't get too crazy just yet. I talk a lot about this in the training, so you definitely want to make sure to check it out. Okay, so Lori is asking, so is the $17.97 a one-time fee only? Are there other fees? Yes, Lori, so that is a one-time fee only. That's a one-time fee. And once you've signed up, do me the favor, email me, devsupport@redtornmedia.app, so we could get you on the schedule and get you set up, okay? Okay, so, and I want to repeat that again, there is 0 monthly fees, like none, 0, okay? Alrighty, let's go. I'm in on level 2 to get started, so congrats, Ernesto. All right, so if you're overseas, do me the favor, email devsupport@redtorrentmedia.app. I'll just throw the link in here, devsupport@redtorrentmedia.app. I see that some of you are in other countries and you're like, hey, I want to get in, but I'm going to get in the morning. But remember, you only have a couple of minutes left, so just be mindful of that. So this is it. This is really it. This is the last webinar for Cinema Apps, and that's it. We're not gonna go public with this. We've been very lenient before, but we had to tighten things up. All right, Nicole Fisher. So you have to pick LV1 to buy the white label. Yes, you do, Nicole. Yes, you do. You need to choose a level first, and then you could upgrade from there. But remember, like a lot of, like if you become a white label, like you have a lot of these funds coming back to you. Your first campaign is covered, right? So you get access to those additional upgrades, right? You get access to all the resources. You can set up calls with us. This is what this is all about. Mike Quint is asking, can you upgrade to the white label after you bought LV2. The only time that you can upgrade to the white label is on this presentation right now. That is the only time. Because come Monday, a lot of these fees that you see here, you see how low they are, we cannot keep it the same way. Because I'm just gonna be transparent and tell you, we're eating up a lot of these costs over here. When you submit a creative, it does not cost you, it costs us. So we have to pay for that, you know? And there's a bunch of other fees, server fees, and so many other costs that it's just crazy. We couldn't afford to keep things this low right now. So Lori is asking, is the 500, 349 fee? That is correct. So that amount is, so the 24.99, that puts you a part of the contributors group. Now, if you're gonna go ahead and go all in on the white label, that $500 fee is paid to our developers and 349 is charged annually, okay? So it's charged annually. So you could pause at any time if you feel like, hey, I'm gonna take a break for now and maybe resume later. You could absolutely do that. Okay, so Ed Blackwell is asking, can we sign up while this is occurring? Like, you mean like now? Yeah, absolutely. You need to choose a level first and then you would upgrade. Okay. Okay, Brian Jackson. What's up, Brian Jackson? It's good to see you here again. So LV1 partner gets strategic support. So it starts immediately, Brian. So the minute that you sign up, reach out to us. Reach out to us. Alrighty, let's see here. Ed Blackwell is asking, are impressions the same as? Yeah, so he's just asking questions in relations to the impressions. So how we charge is per 1,000. So for every 1,000, you would pay a CPM, and it shows you here. I'm going to show you. It'll show you on the insertion areas. So when you go into your insertion, so you're not lost here, you'll see it on your insertion areas, and then you'll see it like you see here, this one, you know, this was a test campaign, but it got approved for like 3 cents, which is nothing. And that is pretty much it. You don't pay for the creative to be submitted. We pay for that. This is something that we're doing now, again, for our members. We take care of our guys. You clearly see that. Do we make the creatives? Lori, on your first campaign, I'm more than happy to guide you through that process and connect you with some sources that can help you. But we personally do not create. She's asking if we create the creatives, and we don't. We don't create any of the creatives. So Jerome is in on 2. Okay, great. Congrats, Jerome. Congrats. Can we promote the logos on the PDF? Yes, you could absolutely do that. So just a simple question in relations to if you're talking about this area here, the inventory area, yeah, you could take these screenshots and put them on your website, these here, and it's good positioning. It helps, you know, it helps when you're promoting this up. Brian Jackson says, what's up? What's up, Brian? Good to see you here. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up soon. Remember, 37 minutes to go. It's your call. Don't sleep on it, guys. Don't make the mistakes I made. That's why I do these trainings, to keep you informed, keep you educated. Did you get value from out this webinar? I'm hopeful that you did. And, you know, I poured a lot into it. So definitely let me know in the chat. I'm gonna let everybody else know that made the excuse and said, well, I was too tired. You know, I don't have the time. You know, well, look at, you guys showed up, right? You guys showed up, and now look at the big difference. You took action, you got value here, right? You got resources, you got the support that you need, you have us to back you up in the process. That's how you win. That's how you win in this digital space, and I learned that years ago. Okay? So keep in mind that that contributors group that I've mentioned here is optional. You don't have to sign up for this, okay? Like if you're a white label, you don't have to worry about this, you know? Now, if you're in like any of the other levels, you know, I mean, it's your call. Like if you feel like you really want that support, you want that backing throughout this process, then this will come in handy. Again, even with our other platforms, we can help you. We can set up the calls and work together with this, helping each other moving forward. That's how you build success, doing it together. Alrighty. All right, so I'm gonna drop the links in the chat here. There it is. Awesome. So again, just touching on these areas, remember that you have this awesome map. We give you satellite view as well. So you have all the intel that you need in relations to where these theaters are. You have the chat here so you can connect with other members. You have your planning, your insertion orders. You have your inventory area. And we have a new feature that's coming out. It's a basic lander. And you're the first to know about this. Actually, we talked about it briefly on Thursday, but it's going to basically allow you to create very basic landing pages that are capable of doing your click to call and things like that. I decided I wanted to add that, and it doesn't matter the level that you're on, everybody's going to have access to it. But the reason I wanted to add that to this is because it's going to help you systemize things a little more. It's going to make it just a little easier to get the ball rolling. Okay. Now you could go ahead, and I recommend that you do. I still recommend that you do it. Pick up a domain, set it up, get these logos on there, start positioning it, make a video, you know, promote it, do your part. You have to promote it, right? Get that strategy nice and tight. Now, again, I want to encourage you to form those sites and all, but again, we're going to give you a landing page builder. It should show up sometime next week. Definitely look out for it. It was really cool. It's going to allow you again to capture leads and do those click to calls. These are responsive. I don't want to give too much away, man. It's going to be pretty cool. There's even a little pop-up feature in there. It's going to be pretty cool. I think you're all going to get a lot of value from it. So I'm in on the 12th pay. So congrats, Ramon. So congratulations to you. So Ramon, if you can, dev support at redtormedia.app. I would really appreciate that. Reach out to me. So Lori is asking, I appreciate the questions, Lori. So she's asking, if we become a white label, can we sell our business later on it if we want to do? Absolutely, absolutely. So if you're asking me if you could begin to sell this right away, yes. You could start right away. So Steve, that's a good question. So Steve is asking me if we fix the app so we could get it on iPhones. That's coming soon. You know, Steve, I'm going to be completely transparent with you. We put out a lot of content on YouTube. I mean, if you go to our channel, you know, I try to keep you guys updated and things. And you know, I really want to the real root mission for Red Torrent Media was to keep things private. Keep things private. Like you see these kind of like platforms and stuff, we needed to keep it private. And there was a lot of prep involved for that. And now we're at the point where we have to start doing that because, you know, we're getting people from other verticals and things like that that are like, we want to use this. And, you know, this is, you know, we're the Red Torrent Media. We're exclusively for agencies and consultants and inspiring consultants. So, and at sometime in the next 2 weeks, not only will we be rolling out the iPhone version of the app, but we're also going to be internalizing a lot of the publishing that we do. So you're still going to get access, but there will be a fee really soon. And we're thinking we're going to align this all up as part of the contributors group. I think it's only right. We have a you know, portal for our guys, and it's pretty cool because it's going to allow us to communicate and talk more. So it's not just this you using the platform and then we're on the back end. We want to be able to talk with you more, because essentially you guys are how we're going to continue to crack a lot of these issues when it comes to the digital marketing space and keeping ourselves ahead. So we got a lot of crazy cool things up ahead, so definitely want to be on the lookout for that. Okay, so Maria is asking, does this system do static ads without sound? Yes, it does. So you can publish your ads with just static images. I recommend you start like that and then get a feel for things. And if you run into any issues, reach out to us. We are around. We are around. How will I know the slide is relevant to my ad? Well, that's based off how you have things set up, based off how your campaign is based and who you're targeting, your images, your creatives. It's going to appeal to a certain crowd. A lot of the times when people go to see these movies, you get all types of people. You get middle class, upper class, college grads, and all types of people that do a bunch of different things. But I think ultimately when you view this, you want to think on the action that you're trying to create. Okay, you want to think about that. So if you're trying to promote a realtor, for example, you want to think on the action you're trying to generate for them, and less on, hey, is my ad showing to the right people, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So this is a bit different. This is not like you are thinking, Maria, in relations to like Google Ads and stuff like that, where you could really, but with movie theaters, it's mostly very broad, but it continues to be improved, the technology, and that's why we put it out. And through our API connections and our partners, we're able to keep this thing up to date. You know what I mean? So you can stay up to date on everything. So, all right, Maria Singh says, I bought on level 2. Great, that's awesome. So she's also asking, any level allow you to do 90-second short films on lobby theaters? Well, for the lobby theaters, most of them allow static images. This is as far as what we know and what our partners tell us. But I could get you more details in that regard. I could reach out to some of our people and get you more details on that. All right, let's see here. Yes, sir, Terry Moore. He's asking, in about 2 weeks or so, we should have the at least an iPhone version already set for our mobile app. So Ed Blackwell, if you're running into issues with our payment processor, it's likely that you're overseas. So email me, devsupport@redtorrentmedia.app. And we have about, let's see here, we got about 28 minutes to go. And we're gonna just wrap it up here. Any last questions, let me know. So Maria, that's a really good question, and I answer that inside of my PDF. Her question is in relations to the creatives process and ways that you could position it on screens and what sizes. So I cover all of that inside of the training. So Joshua is asking if this service is available in Hawaii and Alaska. According to our partners, yes, it's available in Hawaii and Alaska. But remember, a lot of these overseas outlets, we have to manually activate. But on this particular demo here, we don't have that activated. And I'm disclosing that now, so you're aware, we do cover those areas. I wouldn't say that if we didn't, you know what I mean? Christopher Delay is asking, purchase received, but need the login info. Email me, devsupport@redtorrentmedia.app. I really gotta give our developers a heads up on that. I'm not really sure why our processors are giving people a hard time, but alrighty. Let's see here. Yep, so that link is redtorrentmedia.com/CM. let's see here. Okay, so Lori M is asking, I see that one thing in the main area was Palm Beach, Florida. Are there more than just showing on the platform? How can you get very geo-targeted? So on the training, Lori, I break down all of this, like how you could get, hyper locally in that specific areas. And, if you're thinking about being a white labeler, again, we would set up time with you so we could set it up together and manage it for you. So you're getting that hyper local traffic from your area. All right, let's see here. So there is no per campaign minimums. So I just want to be clear on that. I want to be really, really clear on that. But Lori, that is a really good question. And again, as I've mentioned here, you can get very, 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 very up close and personal. You really can. And as far as like overseas and stuff like that, I'm just gonna just show you again, just like I mentioned, we have to do a lot of activations on our side manually. So keep that in mind. And again, if that's what you're looking for, we can do that. So you have your zip codes. You could include your zip codes. If I want to say 11221, that's in New York. If I want to go neighborhoods, I could include neighborhoods. I could choose, this is data provided by our partners. They have a bunch of reach here. You could do states, DMAs. I mean, it's all pretty much there for you. Okay, you got DFW, Philadelphia, and on. So you could really, really get down to the T. Now for the white label area, I'm probably gonna have to log out really quick to show you, but I mean, like if I wanted to use this as an example, let's see here. I might be able to just show you from here. Let's go, just because this is on a different link. So this is basically how it'll look. This is not set up, but let's say you wanted to be my client, Laurie. I could send you this link and have you sign up underneath me, but you would have to pay that minimum fee. So if I made it $1,000, then you would have to pay that fee on a reoccurring basis. Okay. And you don't have to use, you could just host with us and save in that regard. But if you want to self-host, then that is a completely different fee and we would have to set things up. All right, we got about 2 minutes left. Any last questions? The PDF is where? So the PDF for the training you're talking about, it's right here. So if you click on download, I'm just gonna download it. I can't show too much, but I'll just give you a quick snippet of it. I drop a lot of gems in here, but that is basically all you're gonna get. That's all you're gonna get. I'm sorry. You gotta sign up. That is the only way. Remember, guys, head over to redtormedia.com/CM. We're getting ready to wrap this up. Did you guys get a lot of value here today? I see that there are hundreds of you here on this webinar. Again, I appreciate your time on this Sunday. I really poured a lot into this platform. My team has as well. And yeah, so Jerome is asking really quick if I set my minimum to $500 for customers. So I want to be clear. So if like our current minimum is at a low $50, Jerome, so you wouldn't take that amount. The amount that you're going to see here in your white label, I'll show you right here, like under your top up is the amount that they've paid you. So you're not going to see the top up. You're going to see how much they've paid in relations to the amount of fees. Then you would just request a payout by clicking this link and you're ready to rock and roll. So this is only available today only, guys. We got a couple of minutes, as I've mentioned, and the timing is there. We got about 20 minutes left. Don't think about it too long. Again, we have to get a little strict in that regard, but that's for good reason. It benefits our members. Moving forward here, Jeannie and Jackson, do you have to pick a level before you upgrade to the white label? Yes, you do. So you need to make sure that you choose a level before you upgrade. Okay, hopefully That was made clear. Let's see. I'm starting to building a home in St. Lucia. Oh, absolutely, Jerome. You're thinking how I'm thinking. You're thinking local, so I like it. I like it. Ed Blackwell emailed you. It's still in processing. Ed Blackwell will take care of you. Email me. I'll personally respond to you. It's not going to be my team. They don't work on the weekend. So let's see here. So yes, indeed. Absolutely. It looks like you all got great value here. So again, I appreciate you all making the time. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you all. Reach out to me, please. Like we can totally talk anytime. I like this group of people that are here right now. So email me devsupport@redtornmedia.com. This was it, guys. This was the app that we've been talking about, redtornmedia.com/CM. Get signed up. Don't think about it. Take action. You should always be taking action. All right, so I'm gonna shout you all out one more time before we get out of here. Amanda, Eric, Chris, Ernest, Jerome, Lori, Steve, Terry, William, Nicole, everybody. Thank you all so much. I will speak to you all inside of the email digital sphere. All right, guys, I'll speak to you soon.